record this just to go over some stuff that I'm going to submit for PSA and just basically cover myself so that nothing happens to any of the cards over at PSA condition wise, right? So if you guys don't know, PSA sometimes they have a lot of issues where there's allegedly swapping of cards or damaging of cards when they're encasing it or they're processing it in those situations. So I'm going to go over the cards that I'm submitting just so I can cover myself and, just in case I get something that's not my card or a card that I sent that wasn't in the condition that I get back, I have record of it. So that's what we're going to do real quick. I'm going to switch over. A lot of this is going to be PSA. I'm sorry, what am I saying? A lot of the stuff that I'm sending to PSA don't have any white corners or white edging or any type of condition when it comes to the edging, whitening, or anything like that. All of these cards I pulled myself and I just basically put in the sleeve. And I went through all of them, so any cards I usually submit, there is no edge wear or whitening or corner whitening or things in that nature. If there's any issues, maybe I didn't see any. I'm just putting it out there because they probably use different equipments to kind of see their surface and things like that. If there is any issues, it will be surfacing and centering. That will be dinged on. But any of these cards that I'm going through right now has no edge wear, white corners, or any of that type of situations, right? The four criteria that PSA grade is basically, surface, corners, centering, and edge. And that's why we will, use those criteria to justify our grades, right? So once again, all the cards that I went through and thoroughly am grading has no issues with edge wear or corners. And if there's anything that would knock it from a PSA 10 to a PSA 9 or 8, it'll be possibly surface or centering. I didn't notice anything surface-wise, but centering could be an issue in some of the cards. So, first card right here, we have a Noctowl. Centering seems to be pretty decent in the front. There is no surface issues, at least in the front, that I know of. Now, there might be a bit of white corner. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The vintage ones do have some edge wear. So all the moderns, won't have it. But anything that's vintage probably will have some type of whitening a little bit. I don't expect these to be PSA 10s. But if I could get them as 8s, 7s, or 9s, that'd be great, right? But as you can tell, there is a whitening corner right there and right there. So this will, in my opinion, will probably come back at the highest, probably a PSA 8, which I'll be happy for if it came in 8. If it come back at 7, I highly doubt it. The service is actually pretty damn good. So in my opinion, based on looking at this should probably be a PSA 8 at best. Lowest maybe a PSA 7, but I really doubt it. It's tethering between like an 8 or a 9, something like that. So we'll go ahead and put that down right there. Next card right here is Sabrina's Gengar. Has a nice swirl to it. Centering is not the best. As you can tell, left to right is a little bit bigger on the right side and a little bit more top heavy. The front is pretty clean. There is some blemishes on the hollow. Just a bit, but still pretty near mint in my opinion. There is a corner wear right there on the left bottom. And a little bit on the edging on that bottom part right there on the right, and some right there as well. I still think this one has a good possibility because the front's pretty damn clean. The hollow's really in good condition. There is some slight scratches. Tethering between a 7 or 8, in my opinion. I don't think it will get a 9, but I think it could be anywhere from a 7 or 8 PSA 10. I mean, a PSA 7 or a PSA 8 at best. Highly doubt will be a 10. I don't know why I said 10. So anywhere from a PSA 7 to a PSA 8 at the highest. Not a bad card for what I got it for and everything. Uh, Really nice. That'll probably be a PC card, honestly. Then we're getting into a Charizard right here. There is some scratches right here. I didn't say this before. A lot of these cards I did clean up as far as, wiping any dirt or anything, surface areas, things like that. I did clean microfiber cloth, cleaned all these cards. So there's no fingerprints or dirt or residue or anything like that. So this one right here, there is some scratches on the surface, so I don't think the surface is perfect. Centering is pretty good besides top to bottom. It's a little bit heavier on the top, just by a bit, not by much. There is some whitening right there, as you can tell. I don't know, that was dirt right there. Some of this is dirt, but just a little bit of whitening on the bottom corners on each. Nothing too crazy. This has a good chance to be a 7 or 8 in my opinion. Lowest 7 shouldn't be a 7. I think it's going to be come back an 8, but I could see why it would come back a 7. So PSA 7 to a PSA 8. I'd be lucky to get a 9, honestly. It is pretty damn clean, I'm not going to lie. It has a nice swirl right there, a double swirl right there. Base set 2, Charizard. This is going to the PC, so, not going to really get mad, whatever grade, as long as it doesn't go back below a 7. which it shouldn't. Oh, sorry. Should be a PSA 7 or 8. We're going to look at this. All these are modern at this point. Centering is perfect. Centering is perfect, guys. Top to bottom, left to right, centering is all good. Surface is good. No corner whitenings. No corner whitenings. No dents. No creases. I pulled this myself. Centering is good. This should come back a 10. I'd be very surprised if this comes back a 9. Honestly. If it comes back a 9, PSA is full of shit. I'm going to say it right now. Just because this is pretty much perfect. Probably the most perfect card that I've pulled that was a big chase card. So, should come back a 10. Very surprised if it comes back a 9. I didn't see no issues with it at all. Same thing with this. Pulled this. I was one of the first in Colorado to pull this from Shining Fates. Charizard VMAX Shiny. Basically. Left to right's perfect. Maybe slightly a little bit bigger on the right side a little bit OC wise, but it's not bad. It's within the reason where it should pass. Top to bottom's good. There's no issues with corners. No issues with corners. None. No edging, no nothing. This should come back a 10, honestly. If it come back a 9, maybe because of the centering, but I don't know why they would knock me down for just a small sliver to the right? I highly doubt it. It should be coming back a 10. Same thing with this. My daughter pulled this from Champion's Path long ago when we started again. It's dead centered. Surface is perfect, dead centered. I don't see why this will come back not a 10. Centering the back is good. No edge wear. Corners are good. It's looking good. Should come back a 10. Honestly, should come back a 10. Same thing with this. Umbreon VMAX from Evolution, Evolving Skies. I don't know if I was about to say Evolution Skies. Evolving Skies. Secret Rare Umbreon VMAX Rainbow. Beautiful card. This actually might go to my PC. I think it's pretty cool. Hard card to pull. One of my bigger cards that I pulled. I know it doesn't cost that much, but honestly, is a pretty cool card. No issues with corners or anything like that. Pretty much straightforward. Should be a 10. This one, Stained Glass Birds from Hidden Fates. I opened so much Hidden Fates, man. I do regret it because the price of the ETB is going up, how much it has now. I sold a lot of my tag team ones because they weren't centered or not in the best conditions. They were dents and stuff. This one was the best copy I had, my last copy. Left to right is pretty darn good based on centering. If anything, they would knock me down for the centering from top to bottom, it is a little bit bottom heavy, as you guys could tell, compared to the top. Although I've looked at other PSA 10s on eBay and they had the same issues and they got 10. So tethering between a PSA 9 to a possible 10. So if this comes back basically a 9, I can't be upset because maybe the centering was off. That would possibly knock it down, but I'm going to give it a shot. This probably will be the only card I have in my PC anyways. I am keeping this for my personal collection. So if it gets a 9, I'll just keep it as my personal collection. If it gets a 10, I might sell, might keep, I don't know. But to me, this was one of the best promos of Sun and Moon. Beautiful card. I don't know why I didn't keep more copies. I should have, honestly. I knew it was undervalued at the time, but things, take a change for the take a change price wise over a year or so. Mega Charizard, I always thought this was funny because I always believed that this was the big chase, and at the time this was only like $50, $60, and the Holo Charizard from XY Evolutions was the most expensive, and it didn't make any sense to me. And now this is the big card in that set, and I have about 3 other copies, but this one's the best centering. This should come back a 10, honestly. I didn't see any issues centering in the front. As you can tell, left to right is pretty good. Top to bottom is really good, centered. There is no whitening. Corners look really, really nice. It's crisp. It's crisp, guys. This should come back a 10. Now, they could be assholes and give me a 9, but I highly doubt it. It should be a 10. If it comes back a 9, I'm probably going to break out the case and try to resubmit it or just keep it as it is because I know it's a 10. All my cards are not damaged. None of these cards is damaged besides maybe the vintage ones. A little bit as far as, whitening and stuff, but all these are near mint or better. Now we're going into One Piece, guys. All these, for the most part, I'm going to just Wanted Luffy. All clean. All clean. If they get me with anything, it's mainly centering it. I don't know what that is. I'm going to take a look at that. I don't know if that's dirt within the thing or whatnot. It shouldn't be. I cleaned a lot of these, and for some reason, this the problem with some of this stuff. Dirt and stuff could get in the cards and stuff. I'm going to have to take a look at this. I'm pretty sure that's just dust or something, but you just got to be careful because dust and things could knock your thing down. I don't think I think it's in the card saver, which kind of sucks. So, gotta take a look at that. That should be a 10. All these should be technically 10s, honestly. I could see why they would want to put something maybe a 9 just to keep things, reasonable or whatever. But all these don't have no edge wears or anything like that. So most of these should be 10s, if anything. There might be this one is slithering between a 9 or a 10, so I don't know about this one. This one might actually be a 9. Could be a 10. But yeah, let me put that. I think we went through this one already. Everything is clean on this. A lot of these are just dirt, The dust with plastic and stuff is annoying. That's why, I like to keep things graded in a case, but then again, here's Bonnie right here, manga. I know that sometimes when you do a lot of the grading stuff, it's best to go ahead and grade it right away because the dirt and stuff could get inside and things like that. Rebecca. All these should be basically 10s. Bandai does a really good job of centering. There's no whitening in any of this stuff. But, we're going to go over it pretty quick. Looks good. Yep. If I get knocked out on anything of this, it wouldn't be corners, edges, or surface. It will more or less be centering. But all these are pretty much good, as you could tell. Boa. that wanted one is bothering me there because I'm pretty sure I cleaned it multiple times as far as dirt and stuff. I hate having to re-sleeve and redo everything. It gets annoying after a while. Del Flamingo. All these are meant, more or less, should be all 10s, honestly, in my opinion. That's why I'm kind of going through it. I'm not giving you my opinions on it. Most of these should be 10. Most of it should be 10. Unless, you know, they want to keep things kind of reasonable or safe about things, they'll probably just give me a 9 on a few. But most of them, if I probably resubmit those 9s, they'll probably come back 10s. Because all these are pretty much good. Ulta. Surface is good, no damage. Boa from Kingdom's Intrigue. Beautiful card. One of my favorite Boa cards. That's probably going to be PC. This dust is crazy. That's what scares me, because when you take it out the sleeves and stuff, the dust could go in the card, and they don't clean the cards, guys. So you gotta make sure all these dust and stuff is out of the way. Wanted of Del Flamingo. So much dirt. A lot of the white dots you're seeing is just mainly dirt. This pretty big card right here. This one might be a 9 because of the centering. Although I've seen centering like that and it's gotten a 10. But with this card being so expensive as it is, I gotta give it a shot to see if it gets a 10. A 9 still goes for a good penny anyways. Okay. Del Flamingo. Going pretty quick because all these don't have any edge wears. If anything, it's centering. And that would knock it down to a 9. Highly doubt any of these should be 8s. It'll be super surprised if any of these are 8s. Centering on this might be something that knocks me down. But I'll just put it in there. Then we have one Dragon Ball. Son Gohan, Childhood. Pretty cool card. Right there. Alright, let me see if I can go ahead and fix. Not fix, but see what's going on with that dirt right there. I might have to change I might have to change sleeves or something here. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, look at it. It's in. You see that? The dirt was just on the sleeve. That's why you gotta be careful. Look at it. And that's in there? Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this. That sucks. See, there's nothing on there. But that's the thing with sleeves and dirt, guys. That's why when you do this, you gotta sleeve it right away. Give me a moment. Because that little bit of dirt, that little bit of dirt will ding you. You know what I mean? And that came from the sleeves. It wasn't even on the card, you know? That wasn't even on the card. It was just a sleeve that had dirt on it, you know? And we have to basically toss this sleeve now. And that was a brand new sleeve, guys. That was actually a brand new sleeve that I got that from, you know? That was a brand new sleeve. So either there's dirt on my top loader, which they could be. So what I'm going to do is just use a different top loader, a brand new one. We'll keep that off to the side. Because you can't have no dirt. You know, you can't have that dirt in there. Because once they take it out, there's a chance that dirt could fly onto the card when they're grading it. And they'll ding you. They won't clean it or blow it or anything like that, you know. That's not their job. Their job is just to grade. So if they see a piece of dirt or something like that, they're gonna ding you regardless. So we'll go through this one more time. Nothing right there. We'll check the back for any dirt, and there's not. Everything's good. Yeah, this is a big card too, so that's why I want to make sure that that was good. So luckily we caught that. We're gonna go ahead and put these back in there. Always gotta make sure these dirt. When you're doing a lot of grading and stuff, your environment is super important. It's almost like when you're painting a car. You know, when you're painting a car, you gotta make sure there's no dirt or wind, the temperature, the environment is in a good spot where you could you know, clean and do what you gotta do, prep work and things like that, because it happens, you know. So we're gonna put that in a case right here, encase it. I think not encase it, but where's my my little tin? Oh, right here. So let's count the submissions here. That's about, man, that's a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 cards. So there's going to be a big submission. 30 cards. Pretty expensive. I think it's like $24.99 a card or something like that. So you could do the math on that. It's going to be quite expensive. Probably close to 1,000 or so. 800 to 1,000 based on submission prices. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty worth it once we, you know, get it back. We're gonna definitely sell a few, some stuff I only need for part of my PC. Use that money back to probably buy some more sealed or other PC stuff in my collection. But that's basically the gist of it. So, like I said, vintage, everything for most part should be. Granted, maybe 3 cards that I mentioned in the video might tether a PSA 9 just based on centering, but everything modern-wise should probably be a 10. The only ones, of course, that will tether from 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 will probably be the vintage, the few vintage that I am sending and submitting. But that's basically it, you guys. I'll catch you all later in the next video. Peace.